سأقبل يا خالقي من جديد كما أنت مني.
You see, isolation to most students is very important. What you want to do, you want to block out all outside noise. I think it's something people have gotten used to from childhood. I mean, me personally, I need it to memorize. I cannot memorize, right in between all this noise. So alhamdulillah, it's what works for everybody, and the majority of people enjoy isolation when they're memorizing, and it's just part of their memorization plan. A lot of students isolate themselves, and when they're revising or memorizing, you see them facing the wall or in the corner or just blocking themselves out, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing for them. For most people, they're trying to block all the noise from outside. It's what works for everybody. There are students that are the total opposite, who cannot stand silence, and they want to be in the middle of everybody, and they want to hear all that rowdiness and all that loud noise around them. So it's a very normal thing, and it's what works for everybody. Qur'an camps, they're Qur'an camps, which basically means that it's not going to last forever. It's a week, it's 2 weeks, depending on where you are. I mean, here in Shatibi, it's 1 week. So you need to have your expectations set right. If you aim higher, you are going to break. If you aim lower, you're going to be demoralized because you're going to think you haven't done anything. So it's getting that right. And the second thing is, being very calm. It kind of feeds off the first point, which is, you're calm, you're relaxed. No pressure at all. You know exactly what you're going to be doing. You know what your abilities are, and you're going to do what you've got to do. Many people fail because of these two problems that they have. They're not relaxed. They're agitated, and the source of their agitation is the expectations that they set, and it's too high, and they can't jump. And when they do try to jump, they fall and they break. And then they think, well, it didn't work out, and maybe Qur'an camps are not for me, or this or that. The reality is, if they had set their expectations right and they set the bar just right where it was supposed to be, they would have made that jump. These are the two base elements that affect this. That's the number one job of a teacher. First thing, student comes in, you need to gauge that. You need to put where their threshold is and set that bar nice and right for them, or help them do it. You need to lead them to that, and that's the job of the teacher essentially in the beginning. And everything else, if that is done right, everything else goes on autopilot. So and the way we go about doing that is, we test them in the beginning. We ask them, we tell them, what have you memorized before? How much can you memorize maximum? These very simple questions that don't really seem that important to someone looking at it from the outside, but for a teacher, what he's doing here is just, trying to figure out this person's limits and how far can he push them. And once that is set, like I said, everything else goes on autopilot. Everybody has their limits, and everybody has a place to jump from. And it's the teacher's job to make that very clear. A lot of the students, they come in and they'll come in with very high expectations of themselves, and you need to sit them down and tell them, listen, you cannot do that. That is not your situation right now. Maybe you need to set that bar a little lower. And there is no limit. There is no one size fits all here at all. Everybody's different.